Please excuse us because we were at an executive session meeting. We had personnel matters to speak about. I'm going to talk briefly on that at a later date. I want to start the meeting with a Pledge of Allegiance. Bernie Shields, would you lead us into the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome all of you men in blue there. Glad to have you in the building. Our agenda is really not going to be followed tonight because we have a lot of things on the agenda that we're not going to discuss, that we're not on the agenda that we are going to discuss. So first I'd like Michelle Fisher to please come up to the front here and speak to the crowd here. You'd like to speak on a couple of things with the veterans. So please come up and do that first.
Okay.
I'm just getting carries.
Okay. Yes. Hi, my name is Michelle Fisher, and I work with the Department of Veterans Affairs, and I'm one of the representatives, and I live over in this area, as a matter of fact, right across the street. So what I wanted to do is start in my area. I've already been down to Veterans Helping Veterans, down on 7th Avenue, if anybody know where that is, right across from the Homestead Police Station. So I came up because I was approached by some of the members here about maybe coming to do something in this building for the veterans here, as far as the firefighters, the police officers, the ambulance service, and any other veterans that are in our areas. The Department of Veterans Affairs has a lot of benefits. Some of you guys might have started already getting calls from like attorneys on different benefits if you served over and was part of the Camp Lejeune. Also, Biden did just sign something on August 10th as far as the PACT Act, so any veterans that was in the Gulf War, or if you was in Vietnam and you was exposed, there's some new presumptive conditions. So what I would like to do is I would like to ask that if maybe I can come up and we can get together and they can tell me what day, what could be a Thursday, or tell me what day of the month. And I would like to present some information. I would like to help the veterans who are interested file claims, tell you all about the benefits, help you get started with it. I will do everything. All you need to do is show up. I will tell you what to get. I've already helped a few of the board members already here. So I'm interested in helping the community, helping all the firefighters, like I said, police officers, ambulance service, and anybody else that's interested in your VA benefits. Very good benefits. We do all the work. We'll explain it to you. All you have to do is show up, and I will take you individually, or you can ask me different questions, and I will be able to do it. So I just wanted to present it to the board because it's a very, very, very interesting thing that a lot of people don't understand and don't know about, and the paperwork is very difficult. So I will do all that paperwork for you.
So thank you very much for attending, Michelle. What I want you to do is leave your name with the borough office.
Yes.
Anyone has any questions, they can certainly call into the borough office. We can get in contact with you, and we can move forward, and you can help them.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
And also I was going to be asking if I can come up and do a presentation maybe in February or March, and I can use one of the spaces here in the building. I'll just come up and I'll have all the information here. We can do it like one day a week, or one day out of that month. I'll be available to ask any questions. You can put it out and I'll be available.
I don't see that as a problem.
Thank you.
So, we talked about this before, and if you need any help, I'm willing to help you out in any way I can. Just let me know, or whatever needs done.
Okay, so we can, I can get in touch with Kevin, or I can get in touch with you, Rich, and we can start it out, and then you guys can advertise it, and I'll be available to help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Michelle, actually. I just read recently Senator Brewster's going to have some time here one day a month.
He is.
Maybe if it involves Senator Brewster, maybe we can do it on the same day.
We can do it on the same
senator's
day.
here too, because the senator can advertise that
Yes.
in his, newsletter also.
That's possible. You can just get in contact with me. I'll be available.
Okay, Michelle.
Okay? Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to start the meeting off now with a roll call. John, did you want to call the roll call? Okay, all right, I'm going to start the roll call. We have Councilman Youngkins. He's joining us here, and he is on the phone here. So I'll just start with you. Councilman Youngkins? Councilman Ondo?
Here.
Councilman Fry?
Here.
Councilman Hannah? Here. Councilman Vodadian?
Here.
Councilman Stein?
Here.
Okay, all are in attendance. Thank you all for being here tonight. Right now, we're gonna switch into the swearing-in ceremony of our new fire chief. Fireman Chief Coles will be sworn in by the mayor. Mayor Falls.
Okay. Am I be swearing everybody in or just Chief?
Well, you're gonna start with him, and then there'll be the captains or whoever else you need to swear in.
All right, sounds good. Okay, yeah, Chief, if you could step around here with me. Let's do it in the center so everybody can see. Maybe we'll move this podium over here. We'll do it behind the podium here. Okay, you want to get a good picture of the chief? You want a good picture?
Why don't you face the camera?
Face the
There
camera?
you go.
Are you here for this?
There we go. That's why he's here.
Okay. Him and I both will face the camera together.
You can just face the camera. Come on, Chief, you're gonna be on TV.
I will
Okay. Okay. Okay, Chief, congratulations, first of all. I know you're doing a great job. You've been doing a great job all these years as an assistant, and I know it's just gonna be carried on, the tradition of the great chiefs that we've had.
Thank you.
Okay, so, actually, I'm just gonna do it off my phone. I had, lucky enough to have PJ sent me a copy of swearing in, so we're just gonna do it off the phone. We didn't have it without Seth here tonight, we had nothing printed up, so we're just gonna do it this way tonight. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Glenn Coles,
elected,
elected to
Your
Chief of the
position?
Munhall Bureau of Fire.
okay, Munhall Fire, and I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania
and the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the United States
and the bylaws of the Borough of Munhall
and the bylaws of the Borough of Munhall
and the Munhall Volunteer Fire Companies,
and the Munhall Bureau of Fire.
Bureau of Fire, that in there. I swear to discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
I swear to discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We have both assistants, PJ and Dave, come up.
We could swear the chief of West Homestead in too while I was here. You swear at me,
Congratulations, Dave. And now our official report, you guys are both
It's on, but I
chiefs
think it's like that.
of your, own fire departments for many years. I think PJ, you served 12 years? 14, how many years? About seven, so I know we're in very good hands with you guys and Glenn. Okay, so raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, state your name,
I, David Smoley,
elected as
elected as Deputy Chief
of the Munhall Bureau of Fire,
of the Munhall Bureau of Fire,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of
of
the United States
the United States
and the bylaws of the Borough of Munhall
and the bylaws of the Borough of Munhall
and the Munhall Bureau of Fire.
and the Munhall Bureau of Fire.
I solemnly swear to discharge the duties
I solemnly swear to discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Thank you, congratulations.
Okay, so we're gonna move on with the meeting. The president's report, I really don't have a report prepared for tonight. I've been quite busy. Seth has been very busy with working on the finances, and we've got a lot of things that have been happening. We're happy to say that all our steel certs are in. So we are gonna be on track for receiving our $1 million, what is it, a grant for the building here. We're also gonna end the year with $100 and some odd thousand in the good, which is awesome compared to last year where we were running a deficit. So these things, along with all the stuff that we have done over this past year, have put us in a much stronger financial situation. We're trying to improve that. So we're trying desperately to work through 2023, which is going to be a year of still prudence. We still need to watch every penny that we spend. We're not certainly out of the woods, but we are certainly making progress. And some of the goals that I have for next year, or this coming year, are going to be to repurpose the borough building, the original borough building. We need to repurpose that property. I also want to move forward with the waterfront property and find a use for that property. Those are my two goals to work on, to move forward with the borough. We still have a lot of things that we need to get done in the borough. We have issues with water, we have issues with streets, we have issues with all parts of parks and recreation. There's a lot to be done. And we have, we finally have a good borough manager. We have a borough manager, and he's doing a good job. And we certainly are looking forward to working together as a council to move forward in 2023 to make it a progressive year where we are progressing with the state of the borough. Okay? That's all I have to say right now. Mayor, I'd like your report if you have one.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier when Michelle was here that Senator Brewster is going to be here one day a month now. This month will be January 24th. So I'm guessing it's going to be towards the 24th is a Tuesday, so I'm guessing it's going to be probably the third or fourth Tuesday, fourth Tuesday of each month. So I'm guessing that he'll continue that pattern, and he'll be up here to, for the constituents' needs. So if anybody does want to see the Senator Brewster or his staff, it's probably a lot of the times to talk, it'll be a good time to be up there. And we've been working, I talked to the chief tonight, and I had some calls, I guess, with some extra detail will be going on down at the waterfront.
Yes.
Because we just want to keep the waterfront safe and the waterfront what it is. We don't want it to become another Century 3 Mall. And it's just not us. I mean, Homestead's going to be doing some detail, I believe, Chief, and West Homestead also. So that's what I want to report. We're just trying to keep the waterfront safe and good for all of us, and that'll be on the weekends. Other than that, I really don't have any more to report today.
Thank you, Mayor. Our solicitor?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Just an update, and I can't talk in detail about this because it is ongoing litigation, but I mentioned it last month with regard to the East Waterfront Drive and the train tracks that we know have been a problem, and we had to make an emergency repair. And we finally have the issue in front of the PUC, and we've had some conferences with the representative from the PUC board. We have another one Thursday, so I participate together with the attorney for our COG, because we have the Waterfront Maintenance Fund, which they oversee, and also then the Union Railroad attorney, and then the PUC board representative. So I'm hoping after this meeting I can come back to council and bring the framework for a possible resolution that will require the Union Railroad to get those tracks out of there once and for all, so we can complete the paving of East Waterfront Drive to the flyover bridge. So I'll have more update in the future, but that is happening this week. Just wanted to let you know. That's all I need to talk about this evening.
Thank you. Thank you, solicitor. I don't know why we just don't call you Mr. Avashel.
I answered either.
Thank you. Our borough engineer is not attending tonight. We do have reports from him. And our sewer authority, we have a department reports on file in the borough manager's office. Dave, do you have anything you'd like to say?
When I was up there before I left, they were working on the building, doing the punch list. The building should be done in the near short
type of number that the sewer authority building is gonna cost the ratepayers of Munhall?
If you had the furniture and everything in, you're probably looking at close to
$430,000. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Okay, we'd like to approve the minutes from December 20th, 2022, the council meeting. I need a motion?
Motion.
I need a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. At this time, I'll take speakers from the public. Now's your opportunity if anyone would like to speak.
The reason why I asked Mr. Pfeiffer and his contractors to come in is they're gonna be the ones building the, building up on 1917 Whitaker Way. And 2 weeks ago, a couple of the neighbors had concerns with the building, and I thought they would be here, and always asked the other party to come also, but there's no one here to talk, so.
Good luck in building the building up there.
Thank you.
Yes, I drove by, I saw the foundation was being put in. Certainly, if we can be of help, Munhall Borough is certainly here to help you. We're certainly looking forward to you being a part of the community up there, and welcome.
Thank you.
What's it going to be? I'll be the one who doesn't know. What's it going to be?
It's gonna be a garage. We have a service company, we clean kitchen and off systems, so we have trucks that we need to store inside. So we're already up there. For, in case you guys didn't know, we're renting a spot down, Maple Auto Body. If you see that sign, we're currently renting a spot in that building, so we're finally getting out of there and moving down the street, so.
We are aware, we did speak about all the things that you're doing up there at the workshop. So the council is aware of what's going on, and we would look forward to you building the building up there and having a happy life there.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the public? Okay, so let's move further on. Any comments for items of consideration? Dave, did you say something?
No, I'd say nothing.
Okay. Is this Dawn Fennel here?
Yes, it
Dawn, I need to look at a job for you guys down in the north side, so I
Yes.
talked with your other plumber buddy, I'll be calling you.
Mike,
Yes.
all right,
Take
sounds
care.
good, thank you. See you. All right, Dave.
I'm sorry I worked a little business in there, guys. I couldn't help myself. The plumber and me came out. See you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks.
See you, Ralph. Ralph, see you. So, I'm sorry, I thought David had mentioned something. So any comments on items for consideration? There are none. Mr. Shields, did you have something to say?
No.
You look very dapper.
Thank you.
All right, so let's move on to the motion to pay our bills for the period of December 1, 2022 through December 31st, 2022 as summarized as follows, with a total of $2,079,104.44. Need a motion? Motion. I hope there's no questions. I lost my pen here. Does anyone have an extra pen? Thank you. Oh, what happened to that? Okay, I need a motion.
Me.
I need a second.
Second.
Second by Bill. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No nays? The motion passes. Number 2, motion to approve payroll for the period ending December 3rd through December 17th, 2022, in the total amount of $260,551.01.
I motion.
I need a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Stein. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Motion to appoint a member to the Munhall Sanitary Sewer Authority. I motion that we put Mr. Barca Jr. in. Oh, I can't make a motion, I'm sorry. I I can't make that motion. His name should be filled in here. It should be Jim Barca Jr. Should be filed in that blank spot. So I need a motion.
I motion.
I need a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Youngkins. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? No nays? Motion to approve P.J. Obstrowski and David Smalley as deputy sheriffs of the Munhall Fire Department.
Motion.
I second.
Second by Mr. Ondo.
He made,
You made the motion? I thought Randy made the motion. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the electronic payment of recurring utility bills by the borough manager. This is a motion that was discussed last week, and it's certainly a motion that's done so that we don't get late payments. And it's certainly done for late payments, and that's the only reason why we're doing it this way, because the way the times of our meetings set up, we do incur late payment fees at times. This will end all that. So I need a motion.
and
And any questions, anyone can speak up on a question.
just for the record, any rewards that are received will go back towards the bills.
Correct. Correct. No personal
Gains.
gains will be made by anyone.
I want it in the minutes.
Any motion on this? Dave made a motion? Okay, Dave? Any seconds?
Yes. I-
Yes by Rainey? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion to approve pay request number 2 for the final contract of 2022-01 to Jay Caruso for the Raymond Bodner Way paving project in the amount of $38,556.20. Any questions on this?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. Did they finish all the stuff that was wrong?
I believe they have. Dave, have they finished any completion? I know the wall was completed. I believe that the study has been completed.
They use that, I mean, I looked at it, I mean, they did fix it, it was a lot better than what it looked like. I mean, I think Colin, and this is for, I was gonna sign off on it.
And the sealer and the, well, we'll call it ceiling was fixed.
That has been fixed.
Okay.
So I feel confident. I think we have to be very happy with the job that Mr. Caruso did for us.
Yes.
Okay, so I need a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Bill, second by Mr. Votadian. Second by Mr. Votadian. All in favor? Motion passes. Motion to approve the purchase of Planet software for the police department with an additional cost of $4,500 and an annual cost of $2,500. And just to make a comment on this, Chief, isn't part of this done out of asset forfeiture money?
Yes, sir.
So this is not gonna be a fully incurred bill. At the start of this plan where the software will be initiated will not come out of borough funds. It will come out of the asset forfeiture, which is part of the borough. But in the continuing years, the annual cost will be paid by the borough. Okay?
Mr. President, if I may,
Yes, sir.
if I could ask the chief to basically tell what that actually is.
It puts our police schedule online, and officers will be able to get on their phone to look at the schedule. It watches overtime. They call off on that app. You can see who's working. If somebody calls off and there's not enough people out on the shift, it'll alert me that I need to fill that term. It also keeps track of payroll.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm back to, I need a motion.
I'm-
Motion by Mr. Rondo,
I second.
second by Mr. Bodadine. All in favor? Aye. Okay, any public comments? I'd like to make one comment. I'd like to welcome Jim Barca. Thank you for stepping up and taking this position. We appreciate you doing that.
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Rich,
Yes, sir.
one comment.
Yes, sir.
I became alarmed when I saw the sewer authority bought the building on Main Street. I questioned it, but it was done. I saw the expense of it, which was, I figured reasonable if they wanted to buy a building. It went from what, 179 was the official closing price of the building? North of 300,000. Now we're headed for $500,000.
You're not alone,
This is
sir.
alarming.
Alarming is not the word.
When's the end gonna be?
Soon, I hope.
Well, we have a sewer authority meetings. They still doing Zoom meetings? Or how's this?
No.
No, they had one in person the last.
They're back having personal meetings?
Yes.
Yes, they
Okay. When are they?
First Wednesday of the month.
I'll
Here?
tell you, they are here because their building's not done. We've had them back there in the conference room. But they, at the last meeting, I think it was 3 weeks ago, they said that their building was gonna open the following week, and they're not in yet.
But when they have their meetings, they'll still have their, when they open the building, they'll still have their meetings in this building.
No,
That's not been determined.
That's gonna be their building.
We're not
That's
sure yet.
their-
They're gonna have public meetings in that building.
We're not sure.
Okay.
Rick, that's what he says.
They're gonna have it, and Mr. Youngkins is with us, he's on the board,
Okay.
and he's saying they're gonna have it in that building.
That's
So
what he told us.
just for public comment and just for the record, they bought the building at $179,000. That was the asking price. The building had sat on the market for several months. The building could probably have been procured for much less than that. They didn't bargain with it, it was a rash decision. Let's buy this, let's move out of here. It was,
When it's not your money, you really don't care.
well, I care.
Well, some people don't.
Some don't.
But it is our money.
Oh, yeah. But people who make the decisions, it's not their personal.
And,
It's all our
and
money.
just so you all know, there's 2 employees in that building. There are 2 employees, and I don't even know if they're full-time employees.
Did we have any room here in this building for them?
We had the whole municipal building over there sitting there. I wanted them to take that first floor over. I spoke with the president of their board the week before they told us they were moving out. Him and I had an agreement that to wait. We were not even in this building yet. We weren't in this building. It was a rash decision, and they made the decision to move, to purchase that building. It was done without any knowledge of anyone.
Is there a mortgage on that building?
No,
They pay cash.
they paid cash for it. So they could have paid cash and done multiple things. The fact of the matter
Maybe
is,
give them
the fact of the matter was they didn't give us any time, anything. I negotiated with him. I said, listen, we're not even in this building. Give us some time. We'll work for a remedy for you to either be in this building or that building. I would have loved to have them in that building. They could have been in the old building. They could have had the first floor. They had the whole police garage. It could have worked out very well for us. But they chose not to do that. This was a personal decision, and that the board made that decision, and, you know, we're gonna pay for it. So,
And also, another, I've seen a bunch of stuff that didn't need to be done up there that the contractors were doing that would have lowered the price of the construction.
I'm sure you did,
Itself was $220,000.
yeah.
So we think we have another 2 or 3 months before we have a final price, total
Oh,
cost?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. You're probably looking at almost
And the
$500,000.
property's tax exempt now.
Probably.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
It'll be
yeah.
tax exempt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ernie, they do meet the first Wednesday of each month, 6:30.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, it's the first Wednesday of the month, 6:30.
In that building.
Well, we'll see.
It's supposed to be in that building.
Once it opens.
I don't know how you could put that many people in a building. I don't know how you do it.
Well, we'll have
We'll see.
we'll see what the occupancy is. Dave, do you know what the occupancy is? Well, we'll see what their occupancy is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'd like to make a comment.
Certainly.
My only concern moving forward, it's not, the decision to move to that building, do the construction, that's done, okay?
Right.
The concern I have, okay, when we had Mr. Barker, this is a question you should ask, the first one, is what do you plan to do? When we had the discussions previously, they were talking about doing some of the work themselves and purchasing vehicles. Okay? And talking to Councilman Youngkins, there's not a lot of space behind that building, and the garage itself, they made some modifications, that it's not a full garage, that it is gonna have some storage. So the real question is gonna be, if they indeed decide that they want to get in the business and buy vehicles and things like that, where are they, that would be another expense. Okay, so is the future discussion over? No, it's not over. I mean, it's just beginning, so that's the big thing.
So just to let you know,
Well, Mr. Hannah, I would have a discussion with, Mr. Bovee
Mhm.
about them using our, public works for some of the stuff, so we didn't have to buy so much equipment. I told them it was a waste of money to buy all that equipment,
Okay,
when you can sub it out. There's only room in that garage for 2 cars maybe, if you're not gonna walk much around.
right.
so I had that discussion months and months ago. There's no reason why the borough could not be doing some of this work for the sewer authority. We could bill them for our time and labor and machinery and everything, and they wouldn't have to buy machinery and whatnot. This should have been worked hand in hand with the borough. Instead, they became a renegade authority, and they've taken all this commitment from our town and our council and our borough, and had all the assets to help them. They've snubbed their nose at all of our employees and our everything. They snubbed their nose at us and said, we don't need you.
So, but you also believe right there in, it sounds like they would purchase some of the services from us, potentially. So you believe that we have the equipment to do the work that you're saying?
We have a lot of the equipment to do the work, yes.
And, you know, when we don't have the equipment up, they sub out West Mifflin to do it.
Okay, well, I'm sure so, I don't know if that's on the agenda for the sewer board, but I would think Dave, at this point, are they working on a strategic plan? To your knowledge?
It was talked about, but nothing has been actually
Okay,
put in stone yet. A little bit was started to talk about it.
yeah.
Well, certainly, that's why I'm very enthusiastic about Mr. Barker joining the board.
It'd be nice to have somebody else on there.
Yeah, and I think that we can switch the board, its position, and we can have them start working with Munhall Borough instead of against Munhall Borough. And for the people of the town, it can't be nothing but an asset. And if it's not an asset, it's a problem. And it's been a problem for the last year.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
basically, we went from the infancy of this authority, there was a lot of work done from the beginning until now. A lot of work was done over the last 10, 15 years. Rich knows, Rob knows. Matter of fact, Rob and I were the only two that voted years ago not to sell the sewer authority. So Rob and I know, we both know. Anyway, we went from one man with a cell phone in his house running the sewer authority to this. That's what we had.
I
We
know.
worked at home with a cell phone. We know, a lot of history there, but that's what we went to. To this, the guy at home with a cell phone.
I got it.
That's how much it's changed.
I know.
And there could have been a big savings in this,
Yeah.
if they would have rented from us, built out what they had to do, and paid us rent, which they're allowed to do.
Pardon me?
They would have been allowed to pay us rent and build out, which would have
Absolutely.
been a lot cheaper than spending
Absolutely.
$500,000.
Absolutely. So it's their decision. I'll repeat, I sat down with their president and spoke with him and told him, wait a couple months, we'll make a decision. The next week, they were moving out and buying a building. So it is what it is.
It is what it is.
What the problem is, there's no supervision over there, and, we're, at the worst case scenario, I know I've heard that we could, bring the sewer authority back into the borough.
It could be brought back into the borough, and we need to talk with Greg about that. Greg has been involved in a lot of this as well, and we need to talk with Greg and see what our legal objectives could be as well. And that's something, that's not for tonight. And tonight's it's brought up by Mr. Shields. I bring it up, if you notice, I've been bringing it up for the last couple meetings about the sewer authority. And it's a problem. It's a serious problem. And it's really bothers me that they're gonna spend almost $500,000 on a building in Main Street that's never gonna be worth that money. That money is like flushing it down the toilet. They already flushed it, you're right. Anyway, enough on that subject tonight, unless someone else has something else to say. All right. Any other comments?
Just 2 minutes of, actually not 2 minutes, a minute of self-promotion. If anyone can attend on February 4th, I'm gonna be sworn in as president of the Allegheny County Boroughs Association. So if anyone can attend, I would love for some of the council and the staff.
I will attend.
To be there. The borough in the past has paid
February 4th.
for the employee, if you bring a spouse,
Where at, Rob?
there was a cost, at the Rivers Casino. So it would be a nice event to go to, and I do think we need to, interact with the other communities and the other boroughs around it. There's a lot of knowledge that can be
Absolutely, I feel that way as well.
taught in the other communities.
We'll discuss that. I'll talk with Seth about it, and council, we can discuss it somewhat as well, but I think we should be there. I think we should be involved with other communities, and we'll move forward.
It's a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Any other comments by anyone?
Yeah, just one point of clarification. The RACP grant, the funds were approved
Awesome.
for $975,000. It's $25,000 is held in arrears to the final audit.
Wow.
So that comes, Seth and I have looked at cash flow moving forward. The cash flow is positive going through the whole part of the year. What I plan to do is meet with him again and come up with a new format for the finance meeting. It's all different than last year. We will be able to, budget with correct cost codes that give us enough segregation to know where we are running within budget or over budget to make any, necessary changes to stay in line.
And
So-
Bill, and you know, and I want you to tell them why you're gonna do that.
Well, last year, unfortunately, there were multiple problems. More around figuring out there was the thought of collapsing the cost codes, okay? And this is just a difference of opinion. There's no right or wrong here, but when you're trying to get to the specifics, the more cost codes you have is usually the better, okay? So then you can analyze where your costs are. I think beyond that, we have a little bit of a surplus itself. We still need to look at, as we had discussed in the finance meeting, other revenue opportunities that we have, because looking at the budget report with the increase of the prime rate itself, and will most likely mean less real estate sales itself. Other things like increased costs on cable TV will move people to streaming services that, again, will take from other reserves coming in. If the economy turns down to the fact that people buy less, we will get less of the 1% for the waterfront. If the economy turns down and there are less people working, so, Seth pointed them out very well in the budget message itself. So we're looking good right now, okay? Like anything, it looks a little over $300,000 in a surplus at the end of the year, but, that's.
Things
can
could
have a couple
change. Things could change.
very quickly.
Absolutely. What I was getting at was the budget that you're looking at now.
Yeah.
that we brought into '23 was because of the culmination of all the work that you guys did
Sure.
in '22 in reclassifying everything. And now you're working from a true budget that you know where the numbers were from last year to this year. So now you can plan on a little bit closer budget, and you know what to expect from expenditures. And that's just from all the hard work that you guys have done.
And the second thing associated with that is the developing of a strategic plan itself that we discussed briefly at the finance meeting and the working meeting. So as a point of reference, the previous strategic plan, whether you like it or you don't like it, doesn't really matter, but what you will really need to look at is what you like about it or what you don't, so we don't do the same thing again. So I'm looking for the council to give Seth recommendations, because having Seth do the strategic plan isn't the idea. It's for us to work with Seth to do the strategic plan.
Absolutely.
So that's my final comment. Thank you.
We need to have a meeting so that we can all have input.
Anyone else have anything like to say?
Just a reminder, Munhall Central, and Rich, is it your fire hall too that's combined with Munhall Central on the horse race?
What?
What fire halls are doing the horse race? Central and
Central is up
your,
here.
or is it just
Who's
Central?
doing the horse race?
I think it's Central.
It's just Central by themselves?
I believe.
Okay,
I think you're doing West Homestead.
Or is it you?
I think it's with West Homestead.
Oh, with West Homestead. But there's a horse race on February 4th for a fundraiser, Munhall Central and West Homestead.
Well, they're in and out together, right?
If anybody wants to purchase.
I
a
won't
horse.
be there, I'll be somewhere else.
I won't too, but I'm buying some horses.
Where's that?
Yeah, where's that?
It's gonna be in St. John's. I bought some horses though. I did.
There you go.
So I just wanna.
Mayor Bodner will be running in that race, won't he?
That's a good name on my horses too. Mayor Ray.
Okay, I need a motion to adjourn. Motion by Mr. Vodadine, second by Mr. Youngkins. You all, thank you for coming.